Hello guys! Welcome to the first episode of my new series, Let's Talk. And this was inspired by PazKat. I just want to get that out. You should totally check him out. He does a lot of really amazing and funny content, and he works really hard in what he does. So yeah, definitely check him out. So yeah, thanks for inspiring me, PazKat. You're a good friend. And let's get started into Let's Talk about the Pokemon games. The Pokemon games have been, really influential. I did not say that right. They've been a big part of my life. So I've played them since I've been playing them since how long? I can't remember. I've just remembered playing Pokemon for as long as possible, or watching Pokemon, collecting the toys and the cards. It's been a big part of my life. I started off with my first game that I owned was Pokemon Diamond, but I was already into Pokemon before that. My uncle got me Pokemon Diamond actually when I was a little kid, and I played a lot of it, but I was a little too young to understand, and I had my dad battle all the gyms for me, and I only used my Torterra, and I had a Vespiquen. I caught a female Combee, luckily, or I'd probably be stuck with a male Combee, but I just had Vespiquen and Torterra, and they were like the power team. Sadly, I lost that cartridge a long time ago when I was a kid, and it really sucks because, I'd love to have those two back in my party, but, in my game, but alas, couldn't be. It's gone. And then I got Pokemon Platinum. Pokemon Platinum was the first game I was like, okay, let's really play this, and I used only Empoleon, so I didn't really play it. I just used my Empoleon, which I still have, and he's like my best friend. And that's why Empoleon's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's probably my favorite Pokemon is Empoleon. And he's been in every region possible. He was in Sinnoh, then I transferred him to my third game I owned, Pokemon Soul Silver. And he went through Johto and Kanto. So I count that as Kanto because he can't really go to Red, Blue, Yellow, Leaf Green, or Fire Red because, it's impossible. You just can't do that. So he's been to Sinnoh, Johto, Hoenn, Kanto. That's really weirdly mixed. Unova, Kalos, and Alola. So it's crazy to me. I know everyone has that one Pokemon that they just keep throughout their entire gameplay, and it's like this really sentimental Pokemon they've had for a long time. So yeah, the third game, I don't really count Diamond as my first game because I don't remember as much. I just remember my Vespiquen and Torterra, which my Vespiquen was actually higher leveled, if I remember correctly. And also I got really angry because I couldn't find an Ambipom, and I really wanted an Ambipom. But so yeah, I got Pokemon Soul Silver, and I still remember this. When I was younger, I was terrified of watching a movie in the movie theater. I don't know. I was scared of a lot of really bad choice of words. I was scared of things that I really shouldn't have been scared of. So I was scared of the movies, and my parents were like, "We'll take you to the movies, but if you let us watch a full movie," and it was I can't remember what movie. It was a drive-in though, and I can't remember. I think it was like Dire Wimpy Kid. I don't know. And they said if you went there, we would get you the new Pokemon game that you really want. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do this. And that broke my fear of watching movies, actually, because I love movies. I love going to the theater, and it's one of my favorite things now. So, I got Pokemon Soul Silver and played the crap out of that game. I, transferred Empoleon, of course, and he actually beat the Elite Four for me because my Lugia and, Feraligatr weren't doing it. And also I had a Ursaring, an Ursaring, if I remember correctly, which I don't think I no longer have, but I still have the Lugia, and I still have the Feraligatr in my PC somewhere. But I love Johto. Johto is my second region I been to in my Pokemon journey. And I have a very strong connection with Johto. It's actually my second favorite, Soul Silver and Crystal. It's funny because I love Soul Silver because of everything it's done. It was a big childhood, but Crystal, I feel, just has... I don't know, Crystal just has this nostalgic feeling. Even though I didn't really grow up playing it, I love Crystal. So Crystal and Soul Silver are my second favorite Pokemon games under Platinum. And after that, I actually I got a couple of years went on, and I remember getting really excited about Pokemon Black and White, and I wanted Pokemon Black because I loved Rushram over Zekrom. I don't know Zekrom. People love Zekrom. I get it. He's a really cool looking Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I've never been a big fan about him. Never since I was a kid. And I was like, Rushram is my jam, man. So I had to get my Rushram. But within that period of time, um, I got burnt out on Platinum and Soul Silver. I played it everything. I got everything, and somehow I even beat Red when I was a kid. Probably was with my Empoleon. Guessing me, Empoleon and Lugia. I used those two quite extensively in my earlier years of playing Pokemon, and so I used those two a lot. And then I was wanting to really play Pokemon. I wanted to play a game that I didn't have. And I begged my parents to buy me Pokemon Sapphire because if you guys don't know, the original DS model had the Game Boy slot, and I really wanted to play Pokemon Sapphire, not Emerald or Ruby, because I didn't think about Emerald. Probably just went past my mind as a kid, and blue was my favorite color, so I had to have Pokemon Sapphire. So I begged my parents to buy me Pokemon Sapphire from eBay. And when I got it, it had all the legendaries from that game and pretty much a lot of Pokemon. So I was really stoked about that. And I did that entire PAL Park thing from Pokemon Platinum. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have the same feeling as me, but only 6 Pokemon every 24 hours. It took quite a long time. I ended up, I can't remember if I did switch times, and cheated, or it didn't let me. I can't remember. But I did that, and I resetted it, and I played through, and I love Sapphire version. I still have it, and it's one of my favorite games. I love all the Pokemon games except for one, which I'll get into later. But I loved Pokemon Sapphire at the time, and I had a Swampert because water types were my favorite, and still probably are one of my favorites. But Dark type is now my favorite Pokemon type. But yeah, so I absolutely loved my Swampert, and I used him in everything. And I actually did use, if I remember correctly, a Camerupt. I had a Swampert and Camerupt. Yeah, Fire Ground and Water Ground weren't the best team, and a Skarmory, because when I was younger, I used to watch this YouTuber called Super Skarmory. I don't know if you guys know him. I kind of stopped watching him. He hasn't uploaded a lot. I don't think he's uploaded anytime soon as recording this, but I don't know. He could probably start recording again. But I watched a lot of his Let's Plays, and Skarmory quickly became one of my favorite Pokemon because just he was Super Skarmory, and I don't know. I was like, so cool, Super Skarmory. I love Skarmory, and Skarmory's a real cool Pokemon, and he was one of my favorites for a long time. So I had a Skarmory on that team, and I'm trying to remember what else I had. I think I may had a Mightyena that I caught and just kind of leveled up to level 20 and then left it in my party because, why not? So I played that, and I actually beat Sapphire when I was, I think it was before Black came out. When did Black come out? I can't remember. I think it was 2010. It was around then, and I think I was maybe around 9 or 10 years old when I was doing that. So, I had Pokemon Sapphire, and I beat it, and I had an awesome time, and I love Sapphire, and I still go back to play it, but I do prefer Emerald now as I'm older because of just the enhancements and what it has. So I do prefer to go back to the Emerald. Also, I'm going to have to say this. Emerald, I love the GBA sound font more than the 3DS sound font for Pokemon, the Hoenn region. Sorry, some of the remixes are really good, and some of the original pieces from ORAS are really amazing. But I don't know, nostalgia probably. I'm a very nostalgia-based person. I don't know why. Just when it comes to gaming. So like Pokemon Sapphire just and Emerald has the better soundtrack to me than ORAS. And then after that, I got Pokemon Black for, I think it was actually Easter. My parents bought it for me for Easter. It was just because I was begging them for it, and I saw it around. I was like, come on, please get it for me, guys. and they finally just broke down and like, fine, we'll get it for you. Even though I had to earn up mostly for my games. I begged my parents to get me that game for some reason. Also, actually, I forgot. I did actually have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Pokemon Ranger. Can't remember, it's Signs or something like that. What is it? Darn it. But I had those two games, and I got pretty far into Mystery Dungeon, and then it just got too hard for me when I was younger, and I rage quit. Same thing with Ranger. It was when I had to try to catch Latios, I think. It was too hard for me, and I rage quit. And sadly, I lost Pokemon Ranger, but I still have Mystery Dungeon, and I did go through, restart it, and beat it, and it's a really good game. Just got to put that in, because that was, I think, actually I got Mystery Dungeon when I had Platinum. So I was pretty young, and then I think I got Rangers during Soul Silver. So yeah. But then when Pokemon Black came out, I loved that game, and I of course got Samurott because I always go Water Starter. Water Starters are the bomb. So I had a Samurott. Sorry, Unova is one of those regions where the Pokemon names are, I just can't remember for the life of me. And I had a Samurott. I used the Samurott, and that was the only Pokemon I used. I don't know. I went through this long phase where I'd sometimes use a team, and then sometimes I wouldn't, and I would just use my starter. So Samurott was used that entire playthrough, and I love Samurott. Some people have a problem with his design, I think. I've never had a problem with it. I've always liked it. Preferred it over Imbor and Superior. I never liked the Snivy line at all. It has not appealed to me. I'm not a big fan of grass type starters though. So yeah, grass. I think Trico and Torterra are really the only Trico and yeah, Torterra. Sorry, I'm losing my words. I guess those were my favorites of grass starters, and I think Rowlet's pretty cool. I never chose him though. I haven't gone through my second playthrough because I'll get into that later. So after that, I played a lot of Pokemon Black, and I played the crap ton out of that game because, when you're young, when you get this game, you just play it a lot, and you just go to everything and get a lot of Pokemon, and that was a lot of fun. And then I remember going to this small town. I was living in a small town in Oregon, and they had the game shop. It wasn't GameStop; it was just used games, and you'd go in there and buy. They had Pokemon card packs and then some old games that you could buy. And they had Pokemon Fire Red. And I was like, man, I've never played Kanto at that point in time. So I was like, man, I really got to play that region. Because my only experience with Kanto was playing Pokemon Soul Silver. So I did purchase Fire Red. And I used my Charizard. And I had a Charizard. And that was the only thing I used. And I got stuck at the end of the Elite Four, and I couldn't beat it when I was younger, and I was really frustrated, and I rage quit. I used to rage quit a lot when I was younger because I didn't really understand. I was like, this is stupid. I want to just use this one Pokemon, and I did choose Charizard because I do like Charizard a little bit more than Blastoise. Blastoise is still up there though. Blastoise is really amazing. Sorry, Venusaur, you're cool and all, but you're my least favorite of the Kanto starters. Venusaur is really cool, though. To those Venusaur fans, I don't hate Venusaur. Venusaur is really cool. So yeah. And then I remember Pokemon Black 2 came out, and I didn't remember. I don't think I ever heard of it when I was there at that time, and I was like, okay, whatever. I was just waiting for the next generation. So I remember going to a GameStop a couple years after, I think it was 2 years after I got Fire Red. I was watching a video, and it was the Japanese version of Black 2 before it came out, I think. And I was like, oh, is this like Pokemon Black or something? And then Pokemon Black and White. But I didn't know it was Black 2 and White 2 for some reason. But I remember I was at my friend's house, and I had I purchased a cartridge of Pokemon Pearl, and it had a lot of Pokemon in it, so I transferred it to my main game and restarted. And then I was like, since Pokemon Diamond and Pearl have a lot of flaws that Platinum fixed, I was like, okay, maybe I don't really want to play Pearl. And my friend has always had Pokemon Black too. So I was like, hey, you want to trade? And we traded Pokemon Black 2 for Pearl, and I still have that Black 2 cartridge, and Black 2 is a really good game. I prefer it over Pokemon Black and White. Black 2 is really good, and I highly recommend it if you haven't played it, because some people skipped over Unova and Sinnoh. Those times, I guess, people kind of grew out of Pokemon and all that, but that was when I was young, so I was like, yay, big in Pokemon. So I had Black 2, and that was a lot of fun. And then I remember sitting, it was, I think, after Christmas, yeah, I got my 3DS, and I was sitting there, and I was going through the eShop of the Nintendo 3DS, and I remember seeing a trailer. It was for Pokemon X and Y, and I was super excited. And I remember just the Iwata presenting it, and it was crazy. So that was awesome, and I was so hyped, and I overhyped the game, like, a lot, and that was the reason why I don't like X and Y. They are my least favorite game in the series. I'm just going to bring that out. I overhyped the game. And I got really excited, and when I got it, the first playthrough, I loved everything about it. And then it just slowly after that, I look back, and I'm just like, no, this game is not working out for me. And I got really bored of the game really fast because it was really short, and I beat it in the day. Me and my cousin actually raced through it when we first got it on the first day, and I won, because I was more experienced in the Pokemon playing. And I actually had a team. I had Greninja, Charizard, Pangoro, Tyrantrum, Talonflame. Trying to remember. I think that was my team. I switched out some Pokemon a couple of times, and I can't remember the other ones. But that was my main team I used, and it was fun. Mega Evolution was crazy, and that when it was first revealed and first everyone got their hands on it, everyone was like, Mega Evolution's awesome. It still is. But I used to battle out with my cousin, but he grew out of Pokemon and just completely stopped playing after he beat Y. So I had no one to play Pokemon X and Y with, which probably fed into the reason why I never liked it, because with all my other games I had someone else I played it with and battled and traded. And then X and Y, we played it and traded and all that, and he just stopped playing Pokemon. And so we never really played together, and then I got really bored. But then I remember one day I moved again. I move a lot. I've moved 28 times now. So yeah. I remember it was a town in Idaho. Not going to give specifics, but I lived in a town in Idaho near Boise. I'll tell you that. And I remember I got home from school, and I had my headphones in, and I was watching Game Explain. Shout out to Game Explain. They're amazing. And I was watching I was really hyped for Super Smash Bros. And I was watching them just discussing and all about that. And I remember going back to their channel to watch more discussions, and then I see this trailer. It was just Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. If I remember correctly, it showed literally no gameplay. It was just like, hey guys, this is coming. And I was so hyped. No joke, I downloaded the main theme of Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald and listened to it on repeat almost every day. I was really excited. And I remember that Christmas that the year it came out, I got Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I got Omega Ruby because I had Pokemon Sapphire, and I was like, why don't we just try the other game that I missed out pretty much on, Omega Ruby. And I had a blast. Team Magma is still my favorite Pokemon team. Evil team. Just gonna put that out. They're amazing. And I just enjoyed the game. I still love Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Some people had some problems with it. I understand everyone has problems with games, but I loved that game. But then there's this big shining thing that I know it's really nitpicky of me, but I do not like the 3D sprites they weren't not sprites, 3D models of the new Pokemon, of just Pokemon, the old ones. The new designs for Pokemon, they look really good in it because they were designed for that. But I just feel the Pokemon design, that's just, the models, they looked washed out. That's just my opinion, though. They were washed out, and I don't like the aesthetic of looking at them. I never liked how those games looked in X and Y. Omega Ruby is a bit better, I feel. I love how that game looks a bit more. So Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was awesome. I used Swampert in that because he's my OG. Uh, I had a Swampert, Swellow. I used a Swellow. I'm trying to remember my team in that. Camerupt, because I love Camerupt, and I had a Mega Evolve, and he's my favorite. Pompey, that's what I named him. What was the other? I think I used Naltaire, which was amazing. Darn, I can't remember any of my Pokemon names. And I had my friend trade me over a Llama Man. Shout out to Llama Man. He's an awesome friend of mine, and he also does Let's Plays and all that. But I remember, because Sableye is one of my favorite Pokemon, he traded me a Sableye, and I think I used a Sableye during that, or it was maybe a different playthrough. But that was a lot of fun. And then I went after that. Sun and Moon was announced, and because it's so new, I remember a lot of just the feelings and how excited I was about the games. And I remember watching the trailers, and me and my friends were speculating, like we're in our groups, just speculating what a Pokemon we're gonna get and all that. And we were doing discussions, and that's when I restarted my YouTube channel and kind of revamped it, and I did a lot of videos for what I wanted and all that. Sun and Moon was one of those first regions where I was like, okay, but I made sure not to overhype it. Like, I think that was my problem with X and Y. I just overhyped it, and I was really disappointed with the final outcome, and I still kind of am. So I never overhyped Sun and Moon, which was the best decision of my life, and I'm never going to overhype a game anymore, because it surely does ruin the experience, because your imagination can make something way better than what it's going to be. Just gonna put that out. So, Sun and Moon was an amazing experience. It's become one of my favorite Pokemon games, and it was my first game where I actually caught a shiny for my team, and I was looking for a Mimikyu, because Mimikyu is one of those Pokemon when I first saw, I was like, yes, I'm gonna catch a Mimikyu. It looks amazing. And I remember I finished the trial and all that, and I was walking around, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a Mimikyu. And I went in there, and it took a couple tries, and then a Mimikyu finally showed up, and then did the little ding, and I freaked out. Like, no joke. It was the most exciting moment of my life, and I had my shiny Mimikyu, and I was pretty much the happiest camper through the entire game. And I had a Populo. I caught one of those. I had a Grimer, and I got rid of him. I had a Salazzle. I'm actually going to pull out my DS because I still don't remember the names of these. My bad. I'm very sorry. I'm just bad with names. So I'm actually going to check my original team. I remember having a... I remember having... Okay, my team was... Oh, darn. Sorry about that. I had a Brawler named Duchess, because I don't know, my thought was it's a brawler, and I thought of Germany, because, like German brawling, and it was a girl, so I named her Duchess. I don't know what my train of thought was, but, that was a thing. Then I caught my shiny Mimikyu, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And then I got a Toucannon, and I named him Fruit Loops, because, yeah. Also, my Mimikyu's name was Emily, because I always have a Pokemon that has a human name, and I'll get to that when I stop discussing my history of Pokemon, and then just talk about what my favorite Pokemon are and all that. But, I had a Toucannon named Fruit Loops. He was amazing. And then I had a Primarina named Lulu, because of Lulu from Legends of the Majora's Mask. Lulu was the Zora that lost her eggs and all that. And I'm a big Zelda fan. Majora's Mask is my favorite game in the series. Then I had Fiora, then Lurantis. Fiora because it's kind of like Flora, and then I'm a big Xenoblade fan. And I don't know, I just saw this and I was like, I'm going to name it a Xenoblade name. Because I love Xenoblade and I like to name something after Xenoblade. So I have a Lurantis named Fiora. And then my final Pokemon was Jin the Salazzle, and I named it because I'm a big Star Wars fan, and because it's kind of a thief, and Jin stole the Death Star plans in Rogue One. I thought it was kind of fitting, so I named it Jin. And this team was amazing. I loved this team, and it's probably I don't remember the Pokemon's names, but like their actual official names, but I'll still remember this team for a long time. So yeah, this team was really special, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm still waiting for my Gen 4 remakes. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun when they actually do come, because it's gonna come. Come on, guys. There was no reason for Hoenn, but we still got one. And there's really no reason for Sinnoh, but we're still gonna get one because they're giving the treatment to every region. So yeah, and I'm really excited for Sinnoh, and I'm actually planning to do a video about speculation and what I want to see in Sinnoh. Probably that'll be a let's talk about Pokemon Diamond Pearl remakes. So yeah, that was my Pokemon history and experiences, and I did play some of the spin-offs, like Pokemon Battle Revolution when I was younger. I thought that was pretty cool, but now as I look back at it, not that fun. I love Pokemon Coliseum. That's a lot of fun in XD. Ranger was fun, and Mystery Dungeon was fun. But yeah, and I've gone back, and I also purchased Pokemon Yellow on the Nintendo eShop, and I'm still playing through that. I'm just kind of taking my time, like a leisurely playthrough. But yeah, so, Pokemon has been a big life changer for me. I've just loved the games, and I've been playing them for a long time. And I feel like Pokemon is one of those game series where it just keeps on getting better. Sure, there's some bumps on the road, but they're really trying hard. And I also preferred this whole less Pokemon, but these Pokemon are really, they have a lot of care and thought put into them, which I really like. There's only a very few Pokemon, like, I don't like X and Y, but I actually really do like the Pokemon they introduced. And that was really important for me. So I really did like the Pokemon they introduced in the Pokemon X and Y. And Pokemon Sun and Moon have some of the best, and like, I already love a lot of these Pokemon. Some Pokemon I do not like Beware. It just, it's grown on some people, but I just cannot. Beware's one of my least favorite Pokemon. I cannot get over it. But yeah, I feel like Pokemon's just one of those games that just keep on getting better and better and better. And I'm excited for the future of Pokemon. And I love making videos about Pokemon. So yeah, my favorite type of Pokemon is Dark type. Dark and Water types are my two favorite types. My favorite Dark type Pokemon is Houndoom. Houndoom is one of my favorite Pokemon, and there's a reason why, because I did this playthrough of my own of a Nuzlocke through Pokemon Sacred Gold, and on my computer, and I was playing that, and my friends were on Skype while I played it, so I kind of broadcasted my entire playthrough with my friends and all that, and it was a really memorable time. And I remember getting a Houndoom, and I was like going through this phase where I was just like, okay, I'm gonna name all my Pokemon these random human names, and I had a Houndour, and I was like, what to name it? It was a female, and I decided to name it Barbara. Barbara the Houndoom is one of my favorite Pokemons ever. Like, Barbara the Houndoom is amazing, and since I couldn't transfer that in, I do have a Barbara the Houndoom in my game. She's just not the same one. She is amazing, and I love Barbara the Houndoom. She is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, alongside Empoleon, Weavile, and Spiritomb. Those are some of my favorite Pokemon right there. So yeah, those are some of my Pokemon experiences, and I had a lot of fun talking about Pokemon with you guys. The video's kind of getting long, but it's a let's talk, and I had fun talking about Pokemon with you guys. So yeah, also I'd like to mention Pokemon cards are still amazing, but I sadly have stopped collecting them at, I think, over 1,000 cards. Not that much compared to some of my friends, but still, it's one of my things I'll probably keep forever, and then hand down to my family. Like what is this? It's like pieces of paper with creatures on them. It's from my day when this game was Pokemon, But yeah, Pokemon is amazing, and I love Pokemon, and I hope you guys, probably you guys who subscribe to me, like Pokemon too, because, well, that's kind of what I do. So yeah, I had a lot of fun talking about Pokemon with you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next episode of Let's Talk Let's Plays. And also, Let's Plays, I'm not just doing Pokemon no more. I have some ideas I can't wait to do, and they'll be up hopefully soon. So I hope I see you guys next time. Bye.